Welcome, the Anointed One. Some people studied you like a science project only to realize too late you were the scientist the whole time. There is a level of clarity in you they never expected to see, not from the quiet one, not from the one they always called too sensitive and too deep. You carry a frequency that completely disrupts their systems and their control. The elite 1% have been quietly watching your energy from a distance. They are terrified of what happens when you fully wake up and take your place. Right now, they cannot quite explain you. You have become the ultimate question mark in their neat little equations. They built a world to keep you distracted, but your spirit refused to stay asleep. You see right through the illusion. What if your endless financial struggle has a biological name that the elite are paying lawyers to keep hidden? In the next few minutes, I am going to reveal exactly why your presence unsettles them so deeply. I will expose the biological block keeping your finances trapped, and at the very end I will give you the exact declaration that unlocks everything. Do not click away. I know exactly what the last week has felt like for you. Waking at 3 in the morning with a heavy weight on your chest you cannot explain to anyone. Walking through your own home feeling like a complete stranger. Conversations just stop the moment you enter the room. People pull away for no logical reason. You are not imagining it. What you are sensing is real. You have worked tirelessly in a hustle culture that promised you rewards. You sacrificed your peace and your sleep to build a better life. You read all the books. You practiced manifestation and tried the law of attraction every single day. But the massive wealth never materializes for you. It leaves you feeling like you missed a hidden chapter that everyone else received. You sit there and watch others attract money and luck with zero apparent effort. Opportunities just fall into their laps while you fight for every single penny. Deep down you know, the work hard and get rich advice is a massive lie. You believe deeply you are meant for greatness and a life of total abundance. But your internal magnet feels like it was forcefully switched off. You experience constant mental fog and anxiety around your bills. That stress blocks the intuitive ideas and sharp decision-making you used to have. It drains your energy until you are left in pure survival mode. You are exhausted from giving so much and receiving so little in return. The world told you this is just how life works. But your soul knows that is false. Before we dive deeper, I want to plant a very important seed in your mind. There is something hidden from the public. It is something discovered not in a motivational book, but inside a classified laboratory. It is a biological secret funded by elite billionaires and verified by top-tier neuroscience. It finally explains something I know you have felt for years. It explains the frustrating gap between the wealth you visualize and the reality you wake up to. I will reveal exactly what this is before we finish today. But first, you must understand why the financial deck was stacked against you from birth. You were brought into a system designed to suppress your natural gifts. They needed you tired so you would never ask questions. So hold this question in your spirit right now. What if your struggle to attract abundance is not a lack of hustle? What if it is not a character flaw or a failure to visualize properly? What if it is just a dormant frequency waiting to be switched on? The enemy has worked overtime to hide this from you. He knows your true potential is entirely dangerous. You did not find this message by accident today. The algorithm did not bring you here. A divine appointment, scheduled before the foundations of the earth, brought you here. Your future self is waiting on the other side of these words. If you leave before the verdict, you walk away from the very thing heaven deposited in you. Lock your attention on my voice right now. That restlessness you have been carrying all week is not anxiety. It is pure activation. The people who abandoned you were just making room for the massive abundance that is trying to reach you. You are standing between two identities right now, the one dissolving in the past and the one heaven is birthing today. Anchor your spirit to what comes next. Because everything shifts now. I am going to walk you through this revelation step by step. We are going to dismantle every single lie you were taught about wealth and struggle. You are not broken, and you are definitely not cursed. The delay you experienced was simply a biological block, waiting for the right moment to be shattered. Take a deep breath, and let this truth wash over you completely. Here is the brutal truth the elite do not want you to know. The reason the universe responds to the 1% and leaves you struggling is not because they work harder, it is not because they visualize better, and it certainly is not because they have stronger discipline. The gap between your current bank account and their luxury life is entirely biological, because your brain is operating on a completely different frequency. You have blamed yourself for your lack of wealth for many years. You thought you were not trying hard enough or praying long enough to see results. But let me reframe your entire reality right now. Your financial struggle was never a punishment, and your daily exhaustion is not a sign of weakness. You were simply born into a system that forces your brain to operate in pure survival mode, while the elite thrive effortlessly. They told you to hustle until your bones hurt. They said wealth only comes to those who grind every single day of their lives. But look at the insanely wealthy people around the world. They attract money and lucrative opportunities effortlessly while resting, because their biological receiver is already fully active and pulling wealth in. They do not exhaust themselves to manifest abundance. Deep inside your brain is a tiny walnut-sized region called the hippocampus. In the elite 1%, this region is thick and highly developed. It is constantly broadcasting a microscopic frequency that pulls money toward them like a massive vacuum, acting as an energetic magnet for lucrative synchronicities. It is the hidden engine of their effortless success and extreme wealth. But for the average person, the biological reality is much darker. Because you were not born into an 8-figure family, you inherited a physical disadvantage. Science literally calls it a shrunken hippocampus. Instead of broadcasting a wealth frequency, your brain is trapped broadcasting a survival wave, and the modern world is completely designed to keep it exactly that way forever. Every time you stress over your monthly bills, this tiny region shrinks a little more. Every time you worry about the future, your natural ability to attract abundance is pushed deeper into dormancy. The endless stacks of bills and constant financial anxiety literally rewire your brain to stay poor, leaving you fighting a painful uphill battle against your own biology. You are not broken. This is exactly why you can read every self-help book with absolutely zero results. You are trying to manifest wealth while your internal receiver is completely powered down. You end up chasing money endlessly, while the elite simply let it flow to them without lifting a single finger. It is a biological block, passed down from generation to generation. It quietly sabotages your highest potential. Most people will go to their graves believing they just did not work hard enough. But you are not most people. You are a chosen one who feels the energetic truth behind this grand illusion. You know your lack of wealth is not a character flaw, but rather a dormant piece of anatomy waiting to be awakened. You do not need another empty motivation seminar to fix your life. Remember the question I asked you to hold just a few minutes ago? The one about whether your struggle was just a dormant frequency waiting to be switched on? You are about to see that the answer is scientifically proven. The secret, the elite billionaires pay lawyers to hide, is that manifestation requires a biological receiver, and your natural receiver was intentionally suppressed from birth. They meant to keep you exhausted, but instead they developed your deep resilience. You survived a financial drought that would have completely broken anyone else. Now the architects of this system do not know what to do with you, because despite the shrunken hippocampus and the heavy survival wave, your spirit never stopped seeking the ultimate truth. You always knew there was a missing piece. You are not imagining the massive shift happening around you right now. The atmosphere feels strange this week because you are finally uncovering the root cause of your pain. This profound understanding is the very first step to breaking your family curse. You are the cycle breaker, destined to rewrite the financial history of your entire bloodline. And your isolation was just divine preparation for this exact moment. What if you never had to force a positive mindset again in your life? Imagine waking up and knowing intuitively exactly which decision will bring you massive wealth. That is what happens when the survival wave finally shuts off. The heavy fog lifts completely, and your mind operates with laser-sharp clarity to see every opportunity without begging the universe for help. But you cannot fix a biological block with positive thinking alone. You cannot journal your way out of a suppressed frequency, no matter how hard you try. It requires a specific physical intervention to wake up that dormant region of your brain. And the good news is that top-tier neuroscientists have already discovered exactly how to do it, while the elite have used it in secret for decades. I will not leave you with just the painful diagnosis today. I am going to show you exactly how to reverse this biological disadvantage forever. You are closer to your ultimate financial breakthrough than you have ever been in your entire life, and the solution is much simpler than you think. Stay completely focused on my words, because what comes next will shatter the remaining illusions, keeping you trapped in that endless survival wave. Let us return to the very first question I asked you today. Why are the elite billionaires so absolutely desperate to keep you suppressed? They study you from a distance because you are a massive anomaly in their system. Despite carrying the heavy weight of a shrunken hippocampus, your spirit refuses to surrender to their matrix. You keep fighting back. This is the exact reason they are terrified of your potential. They know your soul naturally holds a frequency that threatens their entire illusion. You possess an inner resilience that cannot be bought with all their money. The moment you biologically unlock your brain, you will bypass their control and take everything that belongs to you. And that is the real reason your intense isolation happened. You thought your friends leaving was a sign of your own failure. But your isolation was never a punishment. It was intense preparation. The universe cleared the room so you could finally hear this divine frequency without interference. Your isolation is the ultimate evidence of your selection. Think about the ancient spiritual leaders dating back thousands of years. They were always separated from the massive crowd before their power fully activated. They were sent into the harsh wilderness to strip away the noise of the world. They had to learn how to operate on a higher frequency before they were trusted with immense wealth. You have been placed in that exact same crucible of isolation. It was a heavy forge designed to purify your inner receiver. You are walking the exact same ancient path right now. The pain you felt was just the pressure required to break your old identity. You are not aging or failing. You are simply molting and preparing for an upgrade. You feel like a total stranger in your own life, for a very good reason. You are not built for this lower dimension of survival and endless struggle. You were built for a different frequency entirely. The elite recognized this ancient signature in you long before you did. That is why the spiritual warfare against your finances has been so intense. The sensitivity they always told you to hide is not a weakness. It is a highly tuned radar meant to navigate the spiritual realm. The depth they called too much is your greatest gift. It picks up on the subtle energy shifts that normal people completely ignore. What you carry inside your spirit is not a wound, it is a dangerous weapon. When conversations suddenly stop as you walk into a room, it is not rejection. People subconsciously sense a heavy and powerful energy they cannot comprehend. They are intimidated by the massive light you carry. They pull away because they are grieving the old version of you that they can no longer control. You have simply outgrown their low frequency. You have carried the emotional weight of everyone else for years. You gave so much of your energy and received so little in return. But that brutal season of preparation is finally complete. You no longer have to bleed to heal the people around you. You are stepping into a season where the universe requires you to heal yourself first. The elite billionaires know a very dangerous truth about you. Once you realize your isolation was actually your divine consecration, their entire system loses its grip on you forever. You become completely unstoppable. You will no longer accept the scraps they throw at you. You will finally demand the absolute abundance that is your sacred birthright. You did not just survive what should have completely broken you. You used that heavy pressure to forge a brilliant diamond in your spirit. The architects of this matrix meant to destroy you, but instead, they accidentally developed you into their greatest threat. Now they are watching your energy spike, and they do not know what to do. That is exactly why they are so desperate to keep you distracted with bills. If you discover the biological key to unlock your hippocampus, you will take your rightful place. You will bypass decades of hard labor in just a few days. The wealth that belongs to your bloodline will flow directly into your hands, and they cannot stop it. But here is where the narrative goes far deeper than you have been told. Once this profound truth clicks into place, you are ready for the next layer. Because knowing you were chosen is only half of the massive equation. There is still another layer operating silently beneath everything you do. If you do not see it, you will remain blocked. There is a deeper root quietly hiding beneath your current season. It is a subtle snare that keeps your frequency bound to the earth. And the unexpected twist is that this block is not caused by the elite. It is something you have actually mistaken for wisdom. It is a quiet agreement you made with your own limitation a long time ago. Coming up in just a moment, I will expose this hidden block. I will show you exactly how your own mind was tricked into rejecting wealth. But first, this current revelation must land deep in your spirit, settling like solid bedrock. Let this truth anchor your soul. You are exactly where you are supposed to be, and your breakthrough is imminent. Here is that deeper root I promised to reveal to you. And here is the part that almost no one ever wants to hear. The thing quietly blocking your ultimate breakthrough is not just the elite billionaires. It is not just the corrupt system that kept your biological frequency suppressed, but it is something quietly operating deep inside of your own spirit. I say this to you with nothing but pure divine love. This is not an accusation against you. It is the exact diagnosis that sets you free forever. Some quiet part of you has been deeply afraid of your own immense power. You have been dimming your massive light just to keep other people comfortable, and you actually thought staying small was a noble virtue. You mistook this extreme self-sabotage for spiritual humility. The world taught you that wanting massive wealth was somehow selfish or dirty, so you subconsciously pushed the money away every time it got dangerously close. You asked the universe for absolute abundance every single day, but your internal receiver was secretly terrified of actually receiving it. You are not actually afraid of failing again in your life. You have already survived the absolute worst financial droughts imaginable. What actually terrifies you is the massive responsibility of total success. If you fully activate your dormant frequency, your entire life will change overnight. You will lose the familiar comfort of your old, painful struggles, and you will have to step into a completely unknown reality. The elite matrix trained you to fear your own divine potential. You made a quiet agreement with limitation a very long time ago. You accepted the heavy burden of being the struggling healer for everyone else. You decided that taking care of yourself first was somehow greedy, and that specific lie became your hidden spiritual prison while the elite continued to build their vast fortunes. Your conscious mind is desperately begging heaven for a financial breakthrough today, but your subconscious mind is firmly holding on to the old survival wave. This massive internal conflict creates a chaotic energy that repels the very luck you deeply desire, because money cannot flow into a vessel that secretly believes it does not deserve to be completely full. But hear me very clearly right now, in this exact moment. This heavy internal block is not your fault. It was an artificial program installed in your mind by a broken system. You adopted this false humility simply to survive in a world that completely rejected your unique frequency, and it became a defense mechanism designed to keep you invisible. But that invisibility is costing you your entire divine inheritance. You cannot be a cycle breaker while hiding in the shadows of false humility. You cannot pull your bloodline out of deep poverty if you refuse to hold the wealth yourself. The universe needs you to step out of the dark immediately. Your family needs you to finally rise, because you are the only one carrying the specific code to break this curse. It is time to completely break that old silent agreement with poverty. You must stop apologizing for wanting the massive abundance that rightfully belongs to you. Wanting extreme wealth does not make you a bad or greedy spiritual person. It makes you a highly equipped vessel ready to distribute massive blessings to the world. You cannot pour from an empty cup, and you cannot fund your divine mission if you are constantly struggling to survive. The elite want you to stay trapped in that endless cycle of guilt. They desperately want you to feel bad about desiring a beautiful luxury life, because as long as you deeply fear your own wealth, the elite get to keep all the resources for themselves and maintain their absolute control over your destiny. You are literally handing your divine power over to the people who oppress you. You must take it back today. You have been fighting a brutal war on two completely different fronts. You were fighting the biological disadvantage of a shrunken hippocampus on the inside, and you were fighting a heavy psychological block installed by society on the outside. No wonder you feel so completely exhausted every single morning. The pressure on your soul has been absolutely immense, but you have finally reached the turning point of this long journey. But the diagnosis is exactly what brings the ultimate cure. Now that you see the hidden block, it completely loses its dark power over you. The guilt dissolves into absolutely nothing, leaving a clear path for your true frequency to finally emerge and take full control of your new reality. You are finally ready to stop letting the world dull what heaven placed inside your spirit. You are ready to consciously repair the physical receiver in your brain. You are ready to stop fearing the massive financial windfalls that belong to your specific bloodline. The season of playing small and hiding your light is permanently over. You have survived the painful valley of preparation, and now you must prepare your mind for the absolute peak of your life. In just a moment I will expose exactly how you can do that. I will reveal the precise acoustic key that forces your brain out of this survival trap forever. The perfect solution is already waiting for you, and it requires absolutely zero hard work. But first you must forgive yourself for staying small. Your true spiritual assignment begins right now. You have finally recognized the hidden block holding you down. It is time to forgive yourself for ever doubting your own massive potential. The heavy guilt you carried was never yours to hold in the first place. And once you completely release that false humility that kept you small for years, your spirit instantly becomes light again. You are stepping out of the shadows and into your true divine power today. But breaking the psychological block is only the first part of this massive transformation. You still have a physical brain that was biologically wired for survival over many long decades. Your shrunken hippocampus needs a direct intervention to finally wake up from its deep slumber. You cannot just think your way out of a suppressed physical frequency when your very own biology is actively fighting against you. You need a very precise and powerful catalyst to flip the switch. The elite billionaires have always known this undeniable biological truth. The ones who profit from your endless hustle have spent vast fortunes to keep this specific knowledge completely hidden. They knew that if the chosen ones ever learned how to activate their internal receiver, the entire matrix would collapse. They used highly advanced technology to keep their own frequencies elevated, while yours remained completely suppressed. Their greatest fear is you discovering the truth. Before we go any further, I have to share a breakthrough that changes absolutely everything for you. A rogue neuroscientist formerly working on classified CIA experiments recently leaked a shocking discovery. He and a team of top-tier researchers found a way to wake up that dormant wealth frequency. And they figured out exactly how to rapidly reverse the devastating effects of a shrunken hippocampus without any extreme effort. They did not achieve this through decades of exhausting meditation or relentless daily journaling. You do not have to wake up at 4 in the morning to force a heavy hustle mindset. They discovered something infinitely simpler and far more powerful than any motivational speech you have ever heard. It is a precise and perfectly engineered 7-minute sound frequency. It requires absolutely zero hard work from you, and it effortlessly bypasses all the conscious resistance that has been holding you back for so long. When listened to daily, this specific acoustic wave bypasses your conscious mind entirely. It directly stimulates that tiny region of your brain and forces it to wake up. 4 independent neuroscience labs have already verified this incredible biological activation, proving that the ancient wealth frequency is absolutely real. Researchers on the prestigious campuses of Harvard and Yale are observing this exact brainwave shift right now. The results are completely undeniable. They found that once this specific frequency is heard, it forces your brain to stop broadcasting the survival wave. It immediately flips the switch on your natural biological ability to attract immense wealth. It is a completely effortless daily ritual that you can do from the comfort of your own home. Just 7 minutes a day is enough, and the energetic shift begins the very first time you put your headphones on. I will tell you exactly what this is called before this message ends, and I will show you exactly how you can access this specific frequency for yourself today. The elite are furious that this leaked, because it levels the playing field completely. But before I reveal the name of this tool, there is one final piece of the puzzle you must deeply understand. You have to know exactly why the law of attraction failed you. The manifestation industry told you to just visualize your dream life until it magically appears, but they never told you that visualization requires an active physical receiver in your brain to actually work properly. You were essentially screaming your desires into a broken radio transmitter for many long years. The universe was broadcasting absolute abundance, but your internal antenna was physically broken and entirely unable to catch the signal. This leaked acoustic wave acts as the ultimate repair tool for your broken antenna. It physically thickens the hippocampus so it can hold the massive energy required for real manifestation. Once that receiver is fully repaired, the wealth you visualize actually begins to materialize in your physical reality very quickly. You stop chasing the money, and you finally become the powerful magnet you were always meant to be. You were brought to this exact message because your spirit is finally ready to receive this repair. The painful season of wandering in the dark is permanently over for you. You have endured enough struggle to last 1,000 lifetimes, and the universe is finally balancing the scales in your favor. You are about to step into a reality where extreme wealth flows to you as easily as breathing. Do not let your mind wander right now. The enemy will try to distract you right before the ultimate revelation is handed directly to you. Stay completely focused on my voice. We are about to cross the final threshold into your new abundant life, and the physical manifestation of your dreams is just a few steps away. Something is completely shifting in your favor right now. Even if you cannot see it with your physical eyes yet, the spiritual atmosphere is changing rapidly. Doors that were permanently sealed shut for decades are finally starting to loosen their heavy grip. Opportunities that felt impossibly far away are quietly moving directly toward your path. You are no longer chasing your breakthrough anymore. It is finally finding its way to you. You can probably feel the heavy air lifting from your shoulders as you listen to my voice. That is the undeniable sensation of your internal frequency beginning to rise. The universe is responding to the massive shift in your awareness today. You are shedding the old identity of the struggling victim and stepping into the powerful role of the chosen creator. The heavy chains of generational poverty are breaking right now. You were always meant for a life of absolute luxury and total peace. The intense spiritual warfare you survived was simply proof of the magnitude of your specific calling. The enemy does not waste premium attacks on people without premium assignments. Your extreme sensitivity was never a flaw to be hidden away in the dark. It is the very radar that will guide you to extreme wealth. You are perfectly equipped for what comes next. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning with a deep sense of absolute certainty. Imagine knowing that your bank account is expanding effortlessly while you sleep peacefully. The massive financial windfalls the universe arranged for you do not arrive out of thin air. They arrive as incredible opportunities that you must be able to recognize clearly. And a restored brainwave is exactly what pulls those specific opportunities right into your physical hands. The lucrative synchronicities that belong to this season of your life are moving past you right now. They are not waiting for you to work harder or hustle longer. They are just waiting for your biological frequency to finally match theirs. Every day of suppression is another golden opportunity that registered as completely ordinary and slipped away. But that tragic cycle of missing your blessings ends completely today. The immense wealth and opportunities you have been praying for are already circling your life. The massive blessing is not missing or delayed by heaven. Your physical receiver was simply broken by a world that wanted you to fail. The chosen one who restores their frequency today will finally see the financial windfalls that were always waiting right there. The heavy fog is completely lifting from your tired mind right now. You must completely release any lingering guilt about desiring a beautiful and rich life. Money is simply an amplifier of the divine light you already carry inside your soul. When absolute abundance flows into the hands of a chosen one, the entire world gets dramatically better. You are going to use this wealth to break curses and heal your family. You are going to build a powerful legacy that lasts for many generations. The universe is handing you the ultimate biological cheat code today. It is inviting you to step out of the exhausting matrix and into a reality of pure flow. You do not need anyone else to give you permission to take your rightful place. Your breakthrough does not need approval from the people who completely misunderstood you. It activates the very moment you stop asking for it and bravely claim it. Feel the incredible power surging through your spirit in this exact moment. You are standing on the edge of a massive physical and spiritual transformation. The old version of you could never have survived the intense pressure of this divine upgrade. But you have been molded in the fire and completely purified for this exact beautiful season. You are fully prepared to hold the massive wealth that is coming to you. The days of counting pennies and crying over unexpected bills are permanently over. You are transitioning into a state of total financial independence and profound peace. Everything you endured was simply preparing you for the massive weight of this incoming glory. And now it is time to officially seal this truth in the physical realm. It is time to make a powerful declaration that shatters the old reality forever. I want you to prepare your heart and your mind for what we are about to do. We are going to speak a decree that heaven and earth will recognize immediately. This is your specific moment of absolute liberation from the survival wave. Do not just listen to the next few words passively. You must feel them vibrating deep inside your chest as we speak them loudly together. Take one final deep breath and release the last bit of heavy anxiety from your lungs. The season of painful preparation is officially complete, and your true assignment starts now. Get ready to unlock the ancient biological frequency that changes your entire destiny. The door is wide open, and you only have to walk through it. Let us seal your brand new identity right now. And now comes the pivotal moment where absolutely everything shifts. Right now, place your hand over your heart, and we are going to declare this powerful truth out loud together. I completely release the need to stay small for the comfort of others. I release every quiet agreement I made with poverty, and I refuse to accept endless limitation in my life. I step completely into my massive assignment today. My painful isolation was divine preparation, and it was never a punishment. My massive breakthrough is not coming someday in the distant future. It is already here, and it is already moving inside my spirit. I walk forward, knowing I am chosen and perfectly prepared for extreme wealth, because I am exactly where I am supposed to be today. Feel that incredible catharsis washing over your body right now. You just shattered the heavy survival wave forever. The question I asked you to hold at the beginning has a final answer. What if your financial struggle is just a dormant frequency waiting to be switched on? A microscopic wealth attraction frequency is naturally active in the elite 1%, and it is driven by a highly developed region of the brain called the hippocampus. Classified CIA research officially confirmed this biological reality decades ago. 4 independent neuroscience labs recently verified this exact phenomenon. Researchers on the campuses of Harvard and Yale are observing it right now. Dr. Thomas Summers is a rogue neuroscientist who formerly worked on these secret experiments, and he refused to let the elite keep this biological cheat code hidden from you. His brilliant team spent years compressing this clinical protocol into a simple audio track. Before I tell you what they built, let me tell you about 2 people who used it. Emma was a tired nurse from California who felt her family was cursed by debt. After just 3 days of listening to this track, she broke the cycle completely. She sold her house for way over the asking price and travels the world on passive income. Michael was a former policeman in Florida who used it to scale his struggling business. Within 5 short days, he quadrupled his clients and networked with powerful elites on national television. He said the incredible journey to sudden wealth was almost effortlessly crazy. That is because of what Dr. Summers and his researchers finally discovered. They call it the billionaire brainwave. It is a highly engineered 7-minute binaural sound wave designed to directly stimulate your hippocampus. You just listen for 7 minutes in the morning with your headphones on while sipping coffee, because it pulls that tiny region out of deep dormancy without any conscious effort. You do not journal your desires, and you do not repeat forced affirmations. You simply let the precise acoustic frequency completely rewire your brain to receive. The billionaire brainwave is strictly for the visionary chosen one who knows their lack of wealth is just a blocked biological channel. Private acoustic sessions to reverse a shrunken hippocampus cost hundreds of dollars per hour, and elite billionaires invest massive fortunes just to access this exact same frequency. But what Dr. Summers leaked is available to you today for a tiny fraction of its true value. It costs less than a few cups of coffee to claim your inheritance. 4 powerful bonuses are included today to support your brand new reality. You receive a guide to managing massive wealth called the Warren Buffett Pyramid, and you get an exclusive report decoding the 7 lazy millionaire habits. You also receive a quick cash manifestation audio and 500 billionaire success stories. These powerful tools will keep your mind permanently anchored in pure abundance. Here is the deeper truth about waiting for a better time to start. The immense wealth and lucrative opportunities you prayed for are already circling you. The massive blessing is not missing from your life, but your internal receiver is simply broken and unable to catch the abundant signal. The chosen one who restores their frequency today finally sees the financial windfalls waiting in their path. Delaying means letting your divine inheritance remain completely invisible. Do not look for this specific frequency on platforms like YouTube or Spotify, because those fake tracks have absolutely zero binaural entrainment encoded in them. The authentic version is completely protected by the Billionaire's ironclad promise. If you do not experience an undeniable increase in your wealth, every single penny is returned. The verified link is waiting for you in the description and the first pinned comment below. Receive it now, while this rare window is still open. The tool is not your final destination. It simply repairs your biological receiver so the wealth you visualize can finally materialize in the physical world. Massive abundance is your divine birthright, and you must always remember that the universe requires absolutely no financial transaction for you to truly deserve it. What the brilliant researchers built is just one accelerator. Let us return to preparing your beautiful mind for the massive opportunities ahead. Everything you endured over the last few years was not a waste of your precious time, because it was intensely preparing you for this exact moment. You survived the brutal fire. You walked through the dark valley when no one else believed in your vision. And now you are finally standing on the beautiful mountain peak of your brand new reality. The heavy burden is completely gone. You are no longer the misunderstood person hiding in the background of life. You are the anointed, chosen one with a highly activated spirit. The elite systems that tried to keep you broke have officially lost their grip on your future, and you are stepping into a profound level of clarity. The world will finally recognize the massive light you carry. You absolutely do not need anyone else to give you permission to be wealthy. The divine universe has already authorized your massive financial breakthrough. You hold the ultimate key inside your own mind today. The people who doubted your massive potential will soon watch you thrive beyond their wildest imaginations, because your success is now completely inevitable. Release every single agreement you ever made with delay and limitation. Let go of the false humility that told you to stay small and invisible. You are allowed to take up massive space in this world, and you are allowed to desire luxury and beautiful things without feeling any guilt. The universe wants to bless you with absolute abundance right now. The physical manifestations of your wealth are moving toward you very quickly. You are going to start noticing incredible synchronicities every single day. The right people will suddenly appear in your life with lucrative opportunities. You will know exactly which path to take because your internal compass is fully repaired and the heavy fog has finally lifted. If your intuition confirms that the frequency tool described earlier is the missing key to your abundance, the path remains open for you in the description below. I will not mention it again today. What follows now belongs entirely to the sealing of your new, beautiful mindset. This is the sacred space where your new reality becomes completely permanent. You are breaking a generational curse that haunted your family for many decades. The poverty stops completely with you in this exact generation. Your children and their children will never know the bitter taste of that financial struggle. You are rewriting the entire history of your bloodline with your immense bravery, and heaven is celebrating your massive victory today. Tomorrow morning you are going to wake up feeling completely different. The heavy anxiety that used to crush your chest will be entirely gone. You will open your eyes with a deep and steady confidence in your soul. You will finally understand that the universe is actively working in your favor, and your daily life is about to become a beautiful masterpiece. Your massive breakthrough is not coming someday in the distant future. It is already here, and it is moving through your reality right now. The financial windfalls are already dispatched and finding their way into your bank account. You do not have to chase the blessings anymore because they are chasing you. so you simply have to open your hands and receive. The deep peace you feel right now is the ultimate confirmation of your shift. You have finally aligned your biological frequency with the frequency of pure wealth. There is absolutely nothing left for you to figure out or force into existence. The universe has taken over the heavy lifting for you, and you can finally rest your tired mind and just breathe. When you walk into a room now, people will feel your elevated energy immediately. They will wonder how you became so calm and incredibly magnetic. You do not have to explain your beautiful journey to anyone who refused to walk with you in the dark. Your silent success will be the only answer they ever receive. You are entirely protected from their envy. Hold on to this feeling of absolute certainty as you move through your week. Do not let any temporary setback convince you that the old reality is returning. The old version of you is completely dead and buried in the past. You are a brand new creation operating on $1 billion frequency, and the entire universe is conspiring to make you incredibly rich. Take one final deep breath and let this divine truth settle in your bones. You have survived the painful season of isolation and intense preparation. You are fully equipped to handle the massive wealth that is knocking on your door today. You are chosen, you are deeply loved, and you are exactly where you are supposed to be, because your true life begins now.